Hello everybody, MightyNifty here, and today we're going to be making Chinese egg rolls. Otherwise known as spring rolls, these little wraps of dim sum are used to symbolize the coming of spring and celebrate the new season. Packed with fresh vegetables, savory meat, and some delicious Chinese flavor, these make for a great appetizer or main course, so let's spring into action. Okay, so first off we're going to want to prep our ingredients. Starting off, dice up a small onion, followed by a red bell pepper. Chop up some garlic and ginger, grate in 3 peeled carrots, and then finish things up by taking half a head of cabbage and shredding it. I did all of this by hand to show that you don't need a food processor, but if you have one, this shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. Now over to the stove on medium-high to high heat, we've got some vegetable oil, and we're going to start off by adding in our ground pork and stir-frying this until it's almost cooked, but not quite. Then we can push it over to one side while we add in our veggies. Once those have cooked up a bit, we can add in all of the cabbage and mix everything together. We don't want to add the cabbage in too early or it might wilt into nothingness. My pan was definitely a bit small for this, so if you have a wok, I highly recommend using it. To this, we're going to add in some salt, ground black pepper, and some delicious Chinese 5-spice. Then just cook everything together until the vegetables have softened and the meat is cooked through. This should take about 5 minutes. Once everything is cooked through, you have a few options. You could pop it into a bowl and store it in the fridge for as long as a day or two until it's ready to be used, or you could place a cheesecloth in a colander and pour your mixture inside, being sure to get as much liquid out as possible so that we don't have soggy egg rolls. You could also use a fine mesh strainer for this, but I guess I just really wanted to wash a cheesecloth this week. Once your mixture is super dry and ready to go, we can wrap our egg rolls. So you just want to take a square sheet of dough and place it on the table. Mine are rectangles for some reason, but that doesn't change the rolling method aside from me crying over the lack of symmetry. Anyway, take a tablespoon or two of the mixture and place it on the roll. Then just take the back end of the roll, cover the mix, and pull it relatively tight back into itself. Be sure to push in the sides of the filling. Then roll it up halfway, stop to fold in the sides, and from there you want to wet your fingers or a brush and dampen the dough on the top corner. This makes it sticky again, and while that would be bad for the inside of the dough if our mixture was still wet, it's perfect to help the dough seal itself when we finish by rolling it up. And voila! A beautiful egg roll. Now just do that about a million more times and you're ready to cook them up. Now this recipe makes enough filling for 50 egg rolls, but if you don't want to make that many, feel free to use less because the rest of the mix with some rice and sauces makes for an awesome stir fry. There are 2 ways to cook these egg rolls. If we want to bake them, just pop them in the oven at the temperature and time stated on the Wonton Wrapper package. But today I fried mine, so if you're doing that, just get some vegetable oil in a cast iron skillet up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and carefully place your egg rolls in one at a time, being sure not to overcrowd the pan. I'm shallow frying mine, so I cooked each side for about 2 to 3 minutes or until they were golden brown, but you can always deep fry these and get all sides at once if you're in a hurry. When you're finished, just place them on a plate with a paper towel to dry, and the rolls are done, but that's not all. I'm also going to show you how to make an excellent dipping sauce. Now all of the ingredients in the sauce can be added to the mixture itself, but I just opted for the dip. So to make this, just take a small bowl and add in some soy sauce, rice vinegar, honey, and red pepper flakes. Stir it all up and you've got a sweet, spicy, tangy dipping sauce to add that extra punch to these egg rolls. Now everything is done and they're looking great. Of course, I couldn't leave out the cross section to show how cool they look inside, but that's this week's recipe. The ingredient list is in the description box down below, but if you want to make this at home, the vegetables and meat you use are completely up to you, and I encourage you to experiment and try out new flavors. Maybe in the future I'll make a baked vegetarian version of this. Anyway, subscribe for more nifty recipes, like and share this video to spread the love, and as always, have a mighty nifty day today.